What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Now, we are, as always, brought to you by Off the Record, but I'm not talking about them today because TST is coming to Texas. That's right, this Thursday and Friday, July 23rd and 24th. We are in Houston and Dallas, respectively, doing live podcasts at the shop clubs. Come see us in Houston Thursday, July 24th with our pal Christian James Hand, and Friday, July 25th in Dallas. Tickets are going quick. It will sell out, so buy them now. The ticket link is in the show notes for this podcast, as well as the Smoking Tire Instagram description, link in bio. So get tickets, come see us this Thursday and Friday in Texas, and if it goes well, it's the kind of thing we'll keep doing and coming to you other places throughout the country. So let's get to it. All right, folks, on this episode of the podcast, I give you my 5 favorite indie watches from the Intersect Watch Show. Zach and I review the Mazda 3 in manual gearbox. That's right, the last stick Mazda 3. My engine is having a hard time getting through customs, an update on the Myers-Manx, and some fabulous questions from our patrons. It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. Let's go. Well, yeah, but mine is more elegant.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like formal.
Yeah.
Like Hannah and I, when Hannah had COVID, how we dined. The opposite ends.
Oh, did you guys? Yeah, 6 feet away.
A long dining table. I was like...
You have the butler bring the salt?
Yeah, I feel like I was in the Gilded Age, which is a show I am, like, ashamed to say that I watch. It's
I think the actual age.
No, it is, but also it's the television show, and it's like a show for my mother. And for some reason, at some point out of boredom, I started watching episode 1, and now I am in and current.
Is it? Why is it for your mother and not for you?
Oh, because it's about, like, these, like, terrible, awful, scheming, high society people in the turn of the century. I think it's probably just before the turn.
Is it
like,
Billions, but with old clothes and horses?
Yeah, but like it's more based around like the women of the society, and the men are like kind of side characters, except for one husband who's like a shitty railroad baron, like, you know.
Got it. Okay.
But like, yeah, I don't know why I watch this show. It's like I don't watch a lot of shows, but for some reason I'm watching this shit.
We're trying to watch The Bear, which is
I just started
a comedy, and it's a great drama. It's a great show, but once I learned, and this was years ago, I realized that it's classified as a comedy at the Emmys and stuff. I can't get that thought out of my head. So every episode, there are episodes where there's like one written joke in the whole episode.
Sure.
And I just watch it. People are crying, yelling at each other. People are having panic attacks.
No, there needs to be.
And I'm like, this is BS. The last episode... You know, Sarah, like last year, had a really rough year with her dad and her brother. The episode covered both of those topics, and not in a funny way, Matt.
No trigger warnings.
Yeah. So I'm just like watching her cry, and I'm like, and I'm also like, I'm pretty forgiving. And if it's a dark comedy, it's a dark comedy. I'm like, this has so few jokes in some episodes, it really bothers me.
I mean, listen, that sounds like some recent, reactionary stand-up sets I've heard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the
There
this
should
is the
be
better written
a
version
category at the Emmys for panic attack inducing stress series.
Sure.
Like The Bear, which is pretty much what that whatever that was, the first season, the episode that was like the long cut where it was just a fucking panic attack for 46 minutes in one take. Jesus Christ. That was too much.
Or the family gathering that was just right. Yeah, that kind.
Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis hurling a turkey.
And it's a great show.
Yeah.
Acting, writing, the way it's shot, everything's magic. And if you just put it as a drama, I'm on board. But when I just imagining sitting at the Emmys,
do we know that it's their fault?
Huh? We don't. I don't know.
Whose fault is it that The Bear is like a comedy?
I don't know.
Or
I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'll tell you what.
Because if it's
It's one thing if it's like someone on,
you
if
self-submit,
an EP did a production loophole and is like, hey guys, guess what?
We're going to win
We got
this.
just enough jokes to stay, because to qualify, it's probably like, to qualify as a comedy for an Emmy, you need
Right, how many jokes per
4.3
minute?
jokes per episode or
Yeah.
whatever. They probably could sneak in. Alternatively, if it's, something that is chosen, they're nominated in this category
Fair,
by
sure.
the Emmy Commission, what are you going to say, no? You're going to say
then-
no to
but
a
I feel
little
like
golden statue?
But I feel like it wouldn't win a best comedy against
it's like
comedies.
let's say you're a senator and they're like, look, you're supposed to listen to what your constituents want to do, but here's a boat. What are you going to say? No? It's a boat. You're not going to say no to a boat.
I think this is the Johnny Knoxville movie. Remember he went in the whole person competing in the Special Olympics thing, and then you're not good enough to be in the real Olympics or the Special Olympics because they're actually amazing athletes. I feel like this is let's put them in the comedy part. Well, it's not as funny as 30 Rock. I know it's off the air, but
Yeah.
that's just anyway. That's my rant about
No,
the Bear. Sorry.
a comedy, it's like it's like a porn. I know what a comedy is when it's presented to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty sure I know what a porno is. Just like
I'll
a
know it
comedy.
when I see it.
Yeah.
Whatever the guy, yeah.
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 As long as it's not like some fucking preacher saying that shit and like a regular person, you're fine.
I mean, that was the senator who said that, I think, during the
Listen.
the case against, what's his face? Larry.
Larry
People
Flynn.
versus Larry Flynn.
Yeah, Larry Flynn.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, listen, if that senator doesn't have the horde to end horde.
It's a research library.
Porno.
Matt Farah. Am I not supposed to study the material upon which I am fighting? I believe I'm supposed to study that material front, back, and upside down.
And
Give me that Kleenex.
If I were to ejaculate during the course of
Not my
my
fault.
research, I mean, one could not be helped.
That's how we know it's pornography, Matt Farah. Is if I ejaculate during the studying of this bill of this legal argument, then we know it's pornography. And if I don't, I'll try again.
We are heading there.
We are.
We are very much heading there.
Yep.
All right. Well, Cars. Hi. How are
Mm-hmm.
you, Cars? It's a good, fucking little warm-up vibe. Who was on the island? I don't know.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
Everybody, don't forget.
Well,
Keep talking about it.
The end to. So there is a. Me and Spike Ferriston did a television show in 2014. It was the first time we ever really hung out. And there were 4 people on this television show, 4 hosts. Me, Spike, Sam Smith, and a NASCAR driver named Brian Vickers, who was a lovely guy and whose wife, he is now divorcing, the story broke yesterday, allegedly ran girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
Is that why they're getting divorced? Or is this like a...
if that isn't a reason,
No.
to
I'm saying
divorce somebody
was it already happening and then this just got discovered? Or
No.
Okay.
It was known. There was other stories about this, about the wife.
Wow.
Yeah. And when we met them, she was driving a Ferrari, brand new, V12 front engine Ferrari. I think it was a 599 at the time, and told us that she was an interior designer in Palm Beach. And it turns out that she did have, in fact, an interior design business registered in Palm Beach in a building Jeffrey Epstein owns. It was it was some interesting things. Yeah, that's how it was connected to cars.
Okay.
Yeah, poor Brian.
There's a Ferrari in that story. Wow.
Huh? There's a
rough.
Ferrari in that story and a NASCAR driver, a former NASCAR driver.
Hey, there you go.
Brian Vickers was pretty fun. I enjoyed hanging out with Brian Vickers during that TV show. He was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. He was a good time.
Wait, lift the mic a little bit just because that's set
Is it drooping?
That's set for Berdan.
Oh wow, they really did crank this thing down. They made no bones about that. There we go. I see. One day we're gonna need to replace those. They're gonna be $1,000 for those little knobs. Better?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I sound good now? Okay. Cars. Well, we shouldn't go too far without talking about that little Mazda 3 that they just picked up.
Mm-hmm.
I got this thing last Mazda 3 stick shift press car. And so there's no pictures of it on my Instagram. We're going to have to get other pictures.
right.
Sorry. But it actually, like, it's a fairly old design. They've been making one that looks like this for a while. And it was the hatchback, which I think does look nice. And the interior, man, if you're someone who doesn't want, like, too much screen in your life, this is a great place to be.
That's true.
Really nice materials. Everything you touch. There we go. That's it. The gray one right there.
Do that.
Yeah, that's it. I don't love the exterior styling of the car, particularly that last bit above the rear wheel. I think looks a little strange.
It's a really thick pillar. It's a very, because the glass doesn't wrap around, the back glass doesn't wrap around to the side.
Yeah.
Like it does with some other cars. Let me get a
It doesn't like affect your rear visibility. Like there aren't big blind spots or anything. But I don't think every angle is good. This front
Correct.
3/4, pretty good.
Yep.
Rear 3/4, side profile, not
because
great.
the front is like this nice trim, aerodynamic. I like the eyes of it. All that stuff looks great. And then and even the A pillar from here looks really thin. And then you go to the back C pillar and it's like, whoa.
It's like they did the sedan first, and then they went, shit, we need a hatchback. Like they did with the Ferrari Roma being a convertible. It's like that.
It's a good question.
But how long has it been since we've driven a brand new front-wheel drive, naturally aspirated stick shift car? Like a pretty long time.
Yeah.
And what I really appreciated about this was like the linearness of it, and the fact that like you could accidentally, if you weren't paying attention, just like sit at 6,000 RPM in this car all day because it was so smooth.
Yes.
Smooth.
It's easy to forget to shift, drive around town. 100%.
Yeah. If you were the kind of person who really wanted to drive a manual transmission, but you also had like a bitch of a commute, this would be fabulous. It's not fast, but it's like fast enough. It's fast enough for everyday driving for sure. It's just not fast to be exciting.
Yeah.
But the inputs are nice. Steering wheel, lovely. Pedals are great. Seats were nice.
Seats are really comfortable. The dash is simple, but looks pretty elegant. I feel like it will be not timeless, but close. Like it's just so simple and neat that you go. I mean, I just looked it up. We tested one in 2021.
Yeah.
So it's 4 years later.
Yeah.
Still looks pretty good inside.
Yeah.
Hasn't done anything offensive.
It just doesn't have the touch screen, and you have to do the puck thing.
Right.
Which it is annoying to use CarPlay with a puck. But I was surprised at how quickly I was able to do things that I expected to take a long time. Like just navigating through CarPlay, I expected to be much more annoying with the puck than it actually was.
They've done a great job of making like not shortcuts, but laying out where the buttons land as you rotate, and you see, it goes from whatever, like zoom in to zoom out to go back and all that stuff, and it worked pretty quickly.
It does work well, and driving at night is really nice because the screen isn't super bright and the gauges in front of you are really not too bright, so your eyes stay. This is a thing that as I get older, combined with the fact that there's fucking cars are full of screens now, I really start to notice this. Like, it's really hard to find cars where your eyes remain adjusted to outside.
Yes.
And like when you do find one, like embrace that shit because it's nice. Like this, look how clean this is. This interior, that steering wheel is as perfect as steering wheels get.
Folks, we got to take a quick break from the action because this show is sponsored by Liquid IV. Look, you guys have heard about Liquid IV on other podcasts. You know what it is, right? Your summer can get hot, and Liquid IV can help you get hydrated for the adventures ahead. Now, that could mean you're doing a big hike or a big athletic activity, and it's going to be hot out in the desert, and maybe you want to boost your hydration. Maybe you had a night out partying the night before, and you've got to get things going quick this morning at work. Either scenario, Liquid IV is something you need to know about. If I'm out entertaining guests on our road and track experiences, have to lead a big drive group the next day, Liquid IV is there for me, boosting that morning hydration first thing in the morning. I keep these packets in my backpack when I travel, particularly if I'm traveling and I know I'm going to be going out. Liquid IV comes in great great flavors. It's easy to carry. You can fuel up for your athletic activities or for next day recovery. So many sugar-free options too, including white peach, lemon lime, rainbow sherbet, and more. And you can find all the best-selling hydration multipliers online. I'm all about that rainbow sherbet, baby. Plus, more fun flavors like cotton candy or popsicle, firecracker. And you can experience their newest flavor, Hydration Multiplier Arctic Raspberry. Man, 1 stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. And powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. It's always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So squeeze the most out of your summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code TIRE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code TIRE at liquidiv.com. We're also brought to you today by CarGurus. Look, when you're buying a car, there's so many places to look. How do you narrow down which one to choose? It's easy. You just go straight to CarGurus because CarGurus is going to give you confidence, not confusion, helping you cut through the noise, showing you the best deals and in-depth vehicle details so you can feel confident about your purchase. Because when it comes to your big deal, you deserve the best deal. Car shopping is designed to make you second guess yourself, to confuse you. Is this a good price? Am I making the right choice? You end up settling with just what's in front of you. But with CarGurus, you don't have to wonder. They have the most inventory of new and used cars so you can find the best deal. And with unbiased deal ratings, price drop alerts, and in-depth vehicle reviews, you'll make a decision you can feel great about because a big deal should never feel like a big risk. CarGurus will connect you with trusted dealers when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. With over 4 million listings, CarGurus has more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal. It gives you the control to shop how you want to shop with the tools, information, and data-driven ratings that you need. It's no wonder SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows CarGurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Buy or sell your next car today with CarGurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com. And now back to the show.
Like holding it, that's about as close to a Porsche steering wheel as you're going to find for $30,000. It's almost a perfect mimic of a Porsche.
I just got out of the M5 Touring, that you gave me, and there's just so many like weird buttons and shapes. And granted, I just got into it; I'll get used to it. However, this steering wheel here is simple. It looks nice. The feedback on the buttons is like a nice spring rate. Yeah. It feels like a more expensive car, and that's what Mazda always gets right. They make their cars feel a little bit more expensive than they are.
Yeah. So if you were doing a lot of highway, and like I got you get like mid-high 30s all day, regular gas, and there's no turbo. That's not going to be a stressed out engine unless you absolutely kick the shit out of it constantly. There isn't an LSD in this one. So it's not, it's not super sporty. But it is reasonably engaging to drive. I do wish that there was the combination of an incredibly smooth engine. There's no clutch feel at all. So you find yourself from a stop not being able to elegantly pull away all the time and riding the clutch a little extra or not realizing if you come to a stop and you're just in neutral, if your foot is resting, just touching the gas a little bit, it can happen in any car. There's no resistance, so it'll just be and you won't even know until it's at 4 because it's so refined.
It's such a smooth engine.
Yeah,
it also rides better than the CX-50 Meridian edition we had.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this has slightly better, softer spring rates or something. It's just a little bit more comfortable around town.
I mean, it's smaller, it's lighter, it's got lighter wheels. It doesn't need heavier springs. It's the opposite of the M5.
That's true.
Which has all the springs. The thing has
Yeah.
like truck springs in it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's real weird.
All the spring and none of the damper. It's insane.
I get what you're saying. I drove it for 5 minutes, and you know, I know you put the thought in my head, but it felt like ADAS was on.
Yeah.
And it's not. And it's just, but it doesn't tramline as much as, you know, GT500 when it would do that. You knew that's what was happening.
Well, it's 305 fronts. This has 255
right.
fronts.
So I think the tramline is so subtle.
Yeah.
That you don't notice it at first, and then you're the frog getting boiled. You're like, "Is that what's happening? Is that what?" It's not. It's not electronic steering itself. It's just the road, but only a little bit. It's like enough to make you unsettled.
Yeah.
But not enough to move the car where you focus up.
Well, I don't want to detour into M5 land because it's too easy to do that. And you've driven it for 7 minutes, and I want you to drive it for reals because you will have many thoughts, and I have many thoughts about the M5. But this Mazda, if you're like, I got it because there are so few manual transmission cars left. We should be testing all of them. Like whatever stick shift. I asked all the fleet guys, like, what stick shift cars do you have? Like, there's almost none. But look at that! Look at that beautifully elegant and simple air conditioning control bit right in the middle.
Yep.
The cup holders in front of the shifter. So they're never in the way of your elbow when you're rowing gears. Like the $150,000 Porsche we spent all morning. When I put my coffee in the cup holder, you had to do some like Back to the Future DeLorean driving to do
It's
that.
a rotator cuff workout. Yeah, to get
that's
my
the
arm
move,
over it.
right? Back the fucking Marty McFly.
I've done that. I had to reach
backhand.
over the top,
Yeah.
you know, like I was stealing fish.
Yeah,
from a
clearly
fish tank.
that car was like not designed for stick.
Why don't they put the cup? That's a good question. Why don't they put the cup holders in front of the shifter in the Porsche? Put the HVAC controls in the back where you don't really touch them that much. Wouldn't it make a lot of sense?
I don't know. There
cup
is
in front of
definitely
the
a
vent.
reason.
There's definitely. Oh yeah. I mean
That cup holder is not a problem at all in the PDK car. In the
right,
PDK
sure.
car, that cup holder is all right. And there's a far dash one on the right.
Yep.
So you can like really use that one
I like
if it
that one.
matters. But yeah,
I like
it's
the
annoying.
stealthy one in the Porsche is nice. Anyway,
Some nerd in the forums has like made a thing that you can get. I'm sure.
that puts the cup holder in the front.
That's like it instead of it being here, it's like a 3D printed part that fits in that fitting, but like moves the cup holder over here for if you don't have a passenger.
That's the accurate NSX move.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sort of the footwell cup holder. Also, Miata's
Miatas
elbow.
have it.
Miata has the elbow.
That one.
It's back here.
Oh yeah. NSX is on the side.
NSX was that was crazy.
This also I like, going back to Mazda 3, gauges. Mm-hmm. Simple, nice. I mean,
Real?
Analog, sure. Like
Yeah.
a little old school. Maybe I could do with like one screen somewhere if you wanted to, if you had to get fancy. But like this works totally fine.
Yeah. For this thing gets so many things right if you like driving a lot. And if you're doing a lot of miles, like you're like, oh man, I don't really want like a Prius or something. Like, I need something that's like keeps me alive, inside.
Right. Yeah.
Like this will do it. And also if you get stuck in traffic, the controls are light enough that you won't like go insane.
That's true.
Yeah. So I liked it. I actually did like it. Maybe there's some way in the aftermarket, if there's like some clutch helper spring or something you just take out and all of a sudden there's clutch feel, that would be maybe nice. But aside from that, I mean, and it's not fast, but like whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
For commuting, it was pretty fun. Yeah. And if you like stick shift and you like touching good inputs, that's what it's for. So thank you to Mazda for letting us have a go for that one. Should I talk about Intersect, the watch thing?
Yeah.
That I was at this weekend. So Intersect is an awesome show. It's actually put on. But I also did no Instagram, but they have their own Instagram for Intersect because I figured I was
gotta
doing
show you
this
that
bit
later.
But so it's a watch show for enthusiasts put on by the Notice guys who I did the collab with for the Canyon, and it's 30 brands come together at this brewery space in Long Beach, and and show their wares, and you can buy watches there, and you can put orders in, but that's not really what it's for. It's really to like, because a lot of these what you call micro brands or niche brands, they sell online, they advertise on Instagram, they promote online, but a lot of these companies, like, they don't have stores, so you can't really try something on without buying it. It's just like the nature of the business. So you listen to influencers and whatever, but you never really know. And so a lot of times you'll see something that looks cool on Instagram, and then you get it, and you go, it doesn't really look great on my wrist or whatever. And that can happen at the very high-end Swiss level as well, except usually you would go into the boutique and try it on before you took it home. So at least there's that. Most of this stuff is done mail order. So anyway, it's a great opportunity, like a traditional auto show, like the LA Auto Show, to actually, test drive some of this stuff. So I went and checked it out with Hannah. It was really fun. We were promoting the Mother of Pearl Canyon. People were really into the Green Canyon. I think we sold almost every single one we had. I actually saw notices other newer designs in person for the first time. They have one called the Trail Trekker, which I don't love the name Trail Trekker, but it's basically their version of a Rolex Explorer 2, but it's this like gray like DLC coating on the whole watch and bracelet. It's basically like a hiking, mountaineering kind of vibe, and I think you would really like it. But I made a list outside of Notice, who I'm clearly biased towards, of my 5 favorite. Yeah, it's nice, right?
It's very cool.
Yeah, my 5 favorite watches from Intersect, because a lot of times, like, there's so many micro brands that when people ask me, like, what's a cool watch, and like, I don't have something at this price point. So like every watch that's on this list that I'm talking about is under $2,000, which is a price point that like we're trying to hit a lot more. Like, I know that's a lot of money for people, but like it's a lot less than 10, and like what we're trying to do is get like quality watchmaking to people at that price point.
Well, I think to clarify, you're saying it's less than 10 because the big brands that people know about.
Yeah.
Right. Those kind of start Omega, Rolex, whatever. That's kind of where they start.
That's like 5,000 and up, and that's for many people is like not even close to a reality. And for these brands, the stuff they sell starts at like 600, but nothing on the list that I have here is over 2,000. Most of them are around 1,000, which is you want to get if you want something like quality. That's kind of you do have to spend a little bit of money. Like, componentry ain't fucking free. So these are sort of my top 5, not in a ranked order.
Okay.
This isn't a winners. I wanted to familiarize people with some watches that I think are cool that wouldn't have come up in a conversation of what should I be buying questions. Because we get asked this a lot.
We do.
So first one, this one I keep going back to.
Folks, we got to take one more break from the action because support today coming in hot from Upside. It's one of the smartest apps you can have on your phone in 2025, giving you the power to earn more on the stuff that you buy all the time. Whether you're filling up your tank, going out to eat, or shopping for groceries, the Upside app lets you earn cash back on every single purchase. To get started, just download the free Upside app. Use my promo code TIRE and get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Next, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. Then pay as usual with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app and get paid. There are over 100,000 gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants on the Upside app, ensuring that cash back is always just around the corner. You can earn an average of 8% on restaurant and grocery purchases, and the best part, you can even stack your Upside cash back on top of your credit and debit card rewards. Upside users are earning hundreds of dollars a year. That's probably why they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store. Download the free Upside app today and use promo code TIRE to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code TIRE. I've been talking about DeleteMe for a long time. Matter of fact, I just got my latest DeleteMe checkup email. DeleteMe is a service that helps scrub your personal data off of data broker websites. Data broker websites are how you end up with spam, flagrantly fake text message scams, phishing, impersonation, and frankly, junk mail and fake phone calls. DeleteMe does all the hard work of wiping you and your family's personal information from these data broker websites, helping to reduce or eliminate this problem. They know your privacy is worth protecting. So you sign up, you provide DeleteMe with exactly what information you want deleted, and their experts take it from there. DeleteMe sends you regular, personalized privacy reports showing what info they found, where they found it, and what they removed. And DeleteMe is not just a one-time service. DeleteMe is always working for you, constantly monitoring and removing the personal information you don't want on the internet. I am on the internet all the time. You guys can find examples of me all over the place, and this kind of stuff is really important to me. So when I signed up, I didn't have high expectations, but DeleteMe sent me a personalized report showing thousands of listings on data broker websites with my old addresses, phone numbers, stuff related to my family, etc. They went to work deleting that, and now every month I get a report saying here's what we found and here's what we've deleted. Here's some stuff maybe you have to take a little bit of action and click a few boxes to get it to delete, but it works. And ever since, I have noticeably reduced the amount of spam and garbage coming into my phone. You can do it too. Take control of your data. Keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe. Now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/tire and then use promo code TIRE at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/tire and then enter code TIRE at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/tire, code TIRE. And now, back to the show.
This one I keep going back to, and I've almost bought it twice. This is called the Jack Mason Strato timer. They were selling at Intersect at a show special for $10.50, but the regular price is $11.50. Extremely handsome watch, GMT. It's basically halfway between a Seiko Turtle, which I'm wearing right now, and a Rolex GMT.
Yeah.
And it comes in a whole bunch of different dial colors, bezel colors. You get on a Jubilee bracelet, you get an Oyster bracelet. They're all about the same price. They're not too thick. They have a sort of a cool vintage vibe. They have different elements pulled from, different visual elements pulled from different styles. You can sort of pick out the bits of inspiration from other places. Nevertheless, incredibly handsome watches. I sent Zach the link of the one with the white dial, and the reason I like the one with the white dial is because Rolex doesn't make one in this particular combo. They have other combos that sort of mimic Rolex colors, but if you're going to do something that even remotely knocks on the door of being a Rolex homage, which I don't think this is, but certain elements do get close. Mm-hmm. Get it in a different fucking color.
Right, make it different enough.
Don't make it look like you're trying to knock off a Rolex because it's just a bad look, because there's so many cool watches at every price point. You don't need to fake it, So it's got a good movement, Miyota GMT, automatic. It's finished-ish. It's got some finishing on it with a display back. So anyway, I've almost bought these twice, and every time what's funny is the reason I keep coming back to it is because it sits right in the Venn diagram of visual elements I like.
Yeah.
The problem is I already own all the watches that have the visual elements I like.
It's like a Turtle Pepsi with a white.
Yeah. It's a fabulous look, and they have them in all these cool colors. I've just been like, man, it's like right in the middle of shit I've already got. I don't need to plug that
That's
hole.
funny. You own the circles, and then this is the Venn diagram where they overlap.
Yeah. So like someone could get in and get a taste of all those circles right here if that's what they wanted to do. Like if you wanted to get a bunch of elements that I love in a watch put together smartly in one place, this is it. It's a great watch. And I've met the people, a quick set, micro adjust clasp.
Cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so that's a cool one. I really like that one. This one is called Soabs, and this is the watch I bought.
Oh, you bought a watch.
This is I limited myself to one, and only if I absolutely fell in love with it and had to have it. This is called Soabs. It's listed here for $1,300. I got it for under $1,000 for show special. But this actually is this dial the pink one?
Yeah, this is like a pink and purple.
Yeah, wait, they have it. It comes in other colors. The one I'm getting has the blue, but this chrome. I must have sent you the wrong color, but this chrome bracelet. It really reminds me of the Icopod. Stuff from the 90s, the Mark Newson stuff.
Is this?
No, that's the day one, go up. This one's called the day two, which is this guy. So what's so cool about this watch, I mean, the dial is super funky. You gotta love it. The bracelet is super funky, shiny, chrome. And then it actually has a date movement in it, but as you can see on the dial, there is no date. The big triangle is the hour hands. The hollow triangle is the minute hands, and the one behind it is the seconds actually. But no, there's another hand behind yeah, that's the seconds. But you see the gradient disc that you can see through the dial. So that's actually the date wheel. But instead of showing a date, it's a full gradient. So every day, the gradient color looks a little different.
That's cool.
Every day it looks a little different.
That's a very cool idea.
And I saw, as soon as I picked this up, I went, absolute, just like the Myers-Manx. I was like, absolutely, this is the one. Super funky.
Yeah, that's
Right?
pretty cool. I like these kind of art piece things. Like I like the Icopod or whatever
Yeah.
else. Yeah, I think they're very cool.
Because a lot of these micro brands, they exist sort of in the middle. They have elements that are inspired by other brands, and oh, by the way, it comes with this desk clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That desk clock is sick.
Yeah.
I might
Got the same
time
movement,
the
basically.
show with that. So how fun is that piece? Look at that. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
fun.
that's really rad.
Super funky, right? So this is a little more avant-garde, but I think it reminds me. There's a watch by a guy called Alan Silberstein that's almost very it's cartoony, but it's Bauhaus, and this is like that. It's very fun. So I bought one of those. That's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be my Quail watch.
That's a good Quail
It's
watch.
a good for with Manx. It's going to be party time.
Because if you go fancy, there's so many people there that have way more money and are far fancier.
I can't fucking outrich those people. Forget it.
No.
Nothing I got even would register on their radar. It's either Aquanaut, Arcanaut. Oof, sorry, buddy. I apologize, James, for saying Aquanaut rather than Arcanaut. With the Faraday dial.
Yeah,
it's either that it's silly
one.
shit. It's got to be silly. So this one, I've never heard of this brand before. They're called Strum, Straum. And I love a fabulous dial, and these things fucking rip. They glow. They have gradients. They have these sort of carved brass dials that almost look like waves or drippings of paint. And they come in all these different dial colors. I think I only pulled up this was 1,700. I think they were 1,500 at the show. But if you go up at the top menu there, Zach, all those Jan Mayen down a little bit, all of those are completely different and fun colors. Like look at that burst one from the center. So these guys are doing dial work that I would say not quite Grand Seiko level, the precision of Grand Seiko isn't quite there, but certainly the expressiveness and the use of color blasting and the fact that it's
incredible. This looks like three-dimensional. Like the dial looks
like
it's
snow, right?
Right, like terrace of, or not terrace, like the terrain of the moon or something.
Yeah, and so there's a whole look at some of the Arctic ones or some of the other ones are really, really beautiful and integrated bracelets and well integrated straps. Some are titanium, some are steel. There was some others like special edition. The basalt ones are really cool with these basalt dials. Isn't that cool? Like looks like Mars. So I really liked these. So these at the show were $1,500, which I thought but I do have the Grand Seikos also. Oh yeah, so there's these different colors of these Tundras. Apparently, the folks behind this brand go on a lot of long camping expeditions, camping trips, and they get color inspirations from that.
I understand that.
Which is a very Grand Seiko thing to do. But I thought these were very handsome. Yeah. They use a quality movement, and if you like a big blast on a dial, this is what's up.
I love the gradient. I mean, that's what I like to notice. I just like having the colors shift a little, even if you don't move.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So that's a really cool one.
All right.
This one, not a new brand. I've seen these on the internet a bunch, but this the first time I got to try them on. Studio Underdog, really cool brand, doing very cool stuff with colors.
Oh, I follow these guys.
Their shit is themed like avocado and watermelon and pizza and stuff like that. Out of England. Using a variety of components from different countries. I think their movements are from Asia, but this new one, the salmon. So these are fucking sick looking in person. I love them, but they only come in two sizes, like 34 and 37 millimeter.
What's this?
And that's 40.
Whoa,
yeah,
they're smaller than that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, that's 41.
Wow.
So they're small, and they're thin.
Yeah.
So if you it's the size that you or I would wear with a suit, but you wouldn't wear this with a suit. I mean, unless it was like a really fun suit, I guess. But like, it's not. This isn't a formal watch. I'd wear it out at fun times. If they make a 40 or a 41 of this, take my money.
Yeah.
I loved looking at these. They're so cool. This one is a mono pusher chronograph, which means rather than having a stop, start, and a reset button, it's all on one. Stop, start, reset is on one button. But a bunch of really fun colors and special collabs and shit like that. Really cool.
Oh, there we go. I think I started following you talking about them once, and I thought it was such a cool way to get these real rad bursts of color. But then finding out how small they were, I was like, oh, that doesn't even my wrist like that would just look a little small.
It would look a little small on you. You could probably pull it off.
Under a suit would be okay.
But if you have a smaller wrist, definitely check these out. These things, you can wear one of these in a room full of heavy hitters, like people rocking six-figure shit in a room. You walk up in one of these really good colors, and people will be asking you to take that shit off and pass it around the room. Guaranteed, 100%.
Cool.
For these are about 2,500. They're a little over the threshold, but again, this shit will get you a seat at the table with big boys, and the other ones that I brought up so far will not necessarily do that. These I liked. I never really experienced the brand Stella before, and they have a bunch of beautiful dials. Scroll down because we're just looking at the back of one. What we call linen dials. The dials they're different colors of what looks like linen fabric, and in some cases actually is. I mean, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I mean, you love a good texture on a dial. You don't see it as much in the darker blue or the black, but the light gray linen, the white linen, this light blue linen is exceptional. And these are also very affordable. They are not super expensive. I mean, they're $1,000, $1,100 and $1,085. They were like $950 at the show. But I just think that's a great looking dial with, it's got applied indices, meaning the like the notice, the numbers and the hour markers are placed. They're extra bits that go on top of the dial. They're not painted on the dial. It's a higher end thing to do. But I just, if you're going to wear a cool watch, I think a dial that draws you in and keeps your attention. That's why I like these textures and colors. And so I think this is just very, very handsome and would be a good versatile, goes with any outfit kind of vibe.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah. I think that was that the last one? I think that was all 5, right? Was there another one?
That was all of it.
Yeah, that was all of it. Cool. So, it's I think they're doing other Intersect shows. LA isn't the only one. But LA is every July. I went last year and it was like double the size this year. So, super sick. Great place to really try stuff on, and a lot of the people behind the booth are the founders of the brand. It's not like they just sent some fucking person. You're talking to the head of the brand sometimes. So, and we sold a bunch of watches too. So that's pretty cool. Got the video from Mike down at Manx. Car's running.
Cool.
He got me some aviation inspired seat belts, which sounds very fun. The wheels came back from powder coat. They look good. It sounds almost like they should maybe be driving it soon, if not like tomorrow.
I'm sure it's imminent, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's got
gotta
seat
be.
belts and it's running. And when
Yeah.
we saw it, it had suspension on it.
Oh yeah.
So,
no, when I last saw it, I went down with Gibran after you, and like everything was in, other than like steering wheel, seats, and like the rest of it was like there. And they were just waiting for a software guy to, which obviously they have sorted. So how exciting!
Very cool.
Ooh, yes.
Speaking of cars that are almost done, have you seen the new Faraday Future?
So I got invited to go to this thing.
So did I.
Multiple times and did not go. And actually, I now am sad I didn't go.
I regret not going because when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, I would have laughed so hard out loud.
I know.
But I also am glad I didn't go down because it was a pain in the ass downtown in the evening, and it's a terrible car.
Jump
ahead.
I regret not going to the Cybertruck launch. I regret, these catastrophic disasters that we got invited to, and other people go and tell us what is. And I go, oh man, I would have loved to see a fucking crash.
It's like going to a demolition derby. Like I should have gone.
Yeah,
should have gone.
Yeah.
Because
the car, pull up a picture of the car though, because it's hilarious. Was there something you wanted to? You were saying there was something you wanted to show me. Was it? Oh, these are photos from the launch.
There's a couple things. I discovered new things while looking for the thing I wanted to show you.
The Faraday Future Faraday FX Super One,
so
which is the most Chinese name.
The big story with this, because for people listening to the audio, don't worry, you won't be left out. Think of a minivan. Great, you got it. It's a tall minivan. It has a television screen where the grill should be. That's one of the stories. I've discovered more stories in this research.
This is like Exhibit had to walk so you could.
Yes, so that Faraday
Mad
could.
Mike is over here going, you gotta be motherfucking shit.
I mean, the marketing copy they have for this makes it sound like this is snake oil. Like they pitch it as
because it's an AI screen, right? There's something. There's AI in the screen
that will be your friend, companion, all this stuff. If I can find, I couldn't find the video I wanted to show you.
So it's Van as Tamagotchi.
Yes, it is exactly that. And then there's AI in the pictures. I noticed, because what is wrong with this picture, Matt? I mean, there's a couple things.
Wait a minute.
But let's look for.
Okay, well, all right, one person's partying, one person's working. Does the woman in the white dress have a left arm?
I don't believe she does.
Is that what I'm looking for?
No, I actually was looking at something else, which is even funnier. The woman on the right, look at the length of her wrist and hand. Oh. It's the same length as her forearm.
So, I could potentially, just potentially, say that maybe they shot this on like a 9mm fisheye, like they were shooting a cover for a Ramones
like a
album.
skateboard video. I would agree with you, except that the woman on the left, her hair and face
Right.
are like normal size.
Right.
And the woman on the right is also out of focus. Her face is out of focus. And it's like stretched.
She does. Her head is about.
She has ostrich
12
legs
inches,
for hands.
12 inches long.
Yeah. So that was something that popped out at me. And then when you go down, you
Oh
see
wait, is that person's legs a little too long? Look how long that person's. I mean, that seems like just super wide angle lens, but their legs are. That person might have had leg lengthening surgery. I mean, seriously,
this gentleman. Let's see where. So here's another picture of the
Jesus
screen.
Christ. What?
Now, for people listening, it's a minivan on a red carpet, and then it says "Best Actress" on the front screen of the van.
They're delivering, like they're going to deliver the Oscar winner.
Yeah.
In
this, a grand entrance for your life, and then like the copy is just this is the champion's car. Arrive recharged and ready for your next.
I mean, look, I'll
like,
go back to
it means nothing.
the possibly AI guy lounging in the car.
Sure.
Like, let's try to be nice. Those look like pretty dope captain's chairs.
They do. They're massage, heated, cooled seats.
Quilted.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what you've done there is made a minivan.
Right.
That already exists, from what I gather, in China as something else.
Oh, this van. I don't know if
Yeah.
if they're building this van or if they're just rebranding this van.
Well, no, I read several articles about this. I don't remember the name of it because I can't remember the Chinese names of stuff sometimes, and I apologize for my racism there, but it's a Chinese van that already exists as a Chinese van. It's just that now it has like captain's chairs and the screen.
So is Faraday like, what is it? It's like the Mitsubishi Starion or something? Like, are they saying, if they're bringing this to America saying this is our van and it's actually someone else's van? This is the Kirkland van.
This might be how they sneak Chinese cars into America. Like this,
assuming this van's allowed to be sold in America, because if it's a Chinese van anyway, it might not be it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like if they rebranded a BYD as Faraday and the customs agent was like, we still aren't letting you in. The screen on the front. What are we doing? Why are we doing it?
Dude, my kingdom to have been in the fucking room when they were like, and turn on the front screen. Like, okay, AI, like, talked, like, get the fuck out.
I can't. God,
Show me some influencers, though. Weren't some influencers there? Wait, the fireplace. Okay. So here we have.
This is great.
Here we have a couple with a young child sitting in a field with a cooler and some fruit on it, a bottle of wine, no wine glasses.
It should be said that the mother and daughter are also holding microphones.
Mother and daughter holding microphones, and the what do we call a front screen? A screen.
Green?
We're gonna
green?
have to figure that out. We're going to workshop that a little
Grill
bit.
screen.
Well, the front screen is in fireplace mode. Like occasionally you'll have the Yule log going.
It's exactly
at
that.
A party.
Yeah, they're doing that and singing, and I guess there might be a kid on the mom's lap. I see a leg. So
it might just be an extra AI leg.
It could just be but
the question is, when you're outdoors, like not when you're indoors in your living room, but when you're outdoors, the purpose of a fire is usually the heat it provides, not just the looking at the, like,
what's
is
funny
this a desirable existence for anybody to sit in front of your van with a Yule log on, possibly doing karaoke?
Well, is this an EV or is this a gas car?
I believe this is in the EV.
Okay, because if it was a gas car, what you just said would actually be hilarious because the front of the car might actually be quite warm, and then you could do a good impression of a fireplace.
If it had heater mode.
Yeah.
Well, look, I don't want to discount that this car has heater mode. Look, there could be some smart people there, and I might be prejudging a book by its horrible Instagram post.
I will judge a car that has a TV screen on the front of it. I'll do it for you. I'll take this bullet.
Would you feel better or worse if when you put the Yule log on, it blew a really nice layer of warm heat at you?
better.
I think I'd feel better.
It would
I
then
would
be
feel
somewhat
better.
functional.
Yeah, I'd feel better.
And this is like, is this the tail? But now what's funny is like here, if you would put them gathered around in a football game on the screen, way more, you get much more attention. Because that's what we want to do. Park a car and then tailgate at the front of it. But not near the back where the snacks are.
Why would you want a tailgate?
Why is such a great question?
Well, no, I'll tell you what. If there's a frunk behind the screen, like if that van the hood pops up in that van, and that could be your cooler, and you could, you know what I mean? That we're talking. Yeah. But I don't know if it does. Anyway, God, screens on the front of cars stink, though.
It just like any accident, pretty much. It's gonna have a problem with it, and they got to replace it.
Imagine you're like 5 mile an hour like parking lot fender bender, and they're like that'll be $7,000.
4 days ago, I was on the 405. Traffic was moving about 10 miles an hour, and I just hear a clunk next to me, and a guy driving a Discovery Dish, satellite installation van, rear-ended a couple driving a Touareg, and it was just like he was probably. I didn't see him looking at his phone, but like that's probably what was happening because.
That's what happens.
Everyone was moving, but not quite fast enough to pay full attention. And if that guy had had a screen on the front saying, sign up for Dish now, 5% off, he would have broken that screen and hit this car.
And covered someone in radioactive goo.
This is just so funny. And look, people can reinvent themselves. I believe in the system. People can go to jail, get a doctorate, come out, be a lawyer. But this company has been trying to make a car, or saying they're going to make a car, for how long now?
Well, apparently they really did produce that first car. They just only sold like 10.
Did they try to sell more than 10?
I don't know, but that's
speculation.
That's what actually happened in terms of just facts. They sold that many.
I feel like it's hard to sell that few
cars. It is. It really is.
So that I guess that confused me. Maybe they're just gonna let's try something else. Let's try minivans. Let's give that a shot. The ideas are wild to me. What are
Look
we
at that
doing
one
anyway?
with the golf bags on the top left there. Are those golf bags standing?
Those are vertical.
People load golf bags vertically like that? I guess.
Is the van that tall? How tall is a golf bag with clubs in it? 4 feet?
A golf bag with clubs on it? Yeah, it's probably 4 feet, yeah.
All right.
I mean, I guess one could load their van with the golf bags vertically. I've never seen that done. I've always seen them stacked like logs horizontally. I've never seen someone build a vertical wall of golf clubs in the back of a van before.
Why is the van intruding onto this gentleman's bicep tendon right here?
Well,
none of these people are standing next to a van.
Maybe because that's AI people standing next to an AI van.
Yeah.
But like, the screen is powered by AI. Why shouldn't the marketing be?
That is such a great note. I wish I could find the video where it talks to people. It's so funny. Anyway,
and Mariah Carey's there.
Well, they said that their concept car was in her music video.
Of course,
I don't know when.
Type Dangerous is electric. Yeah, right.
Their FF01.
Yeah.
So
that was the one that they sold 12 of. That's it right there on the left.
This thing?
Yeah.
She had this in her new video? In a new
I don't
video?
know. That's FF91? I don't know. I don't know. Yikes. All of it. FF01.
There you go.
Excuse me.
F-Zero is right. I mean, this looks like almost no one listening is young enough to have played that, or old enough to have played that game, but
F-Zero ruled.
It was awesome. It was incredible.
Do you know how long it took me to put together that F-Zero, it was like F1, but zero?
I didn't know that until now.
Really?
No.
Yes, someone's dumber than me.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it was like F1, but zero.
So shouldn't it be F?
Because zero gravity.
Yeah. Oh, but the cars where gravity was... The cars had gravity.
Oh, they flew, though.
No. They had jumps. F-Zero, but they were on the ground, I thought, and then you hit jumps.
I thought they were like hovery.
Maybe they were hovering. But also, I think to your point, it goes F4, 3, 2, 1 is the best, so F-Zero is even beyond that, so that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. It took me a very long time to get that. Yeah, this can go away.
All right, we could talk about something else now.
We got a few cars. West Side is, this M3, Eric's M3 is going to end, if this goes up tomorrow, ends Tuesday at like 2 o'clock p.m. This is like the cleanest BMW F80 M3 ever with
Truly.
like choice mods and BBS wheels and all the stock parts also.
Yeah.
It's probably going to go for like 42 to 45, I think. I hope. A lot of action on it already, a lot of bidders.
Mm-hmm. Eric takes care of his plane like an airline takes care of their plane, but he never flies it anywhere. So it's like perfectly maintained and looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's like it's got great mods on it, and no one's kicked the shit out of it like my car.
And then we got a really nice 7,000-mile Boxster GTS in a Venturine with a chalk interior, manual gearbox. 7,000 miles, good, really good clean DME report, service history, one owner car, very nice. Take that motherfucker to wine country all day. And a Venturine is a very fun color. It was not PTS in 2021 when this was new, but it is PTS now. So to replicate this car now would probably cost you about $125,000 to $130,000.
Whoa.
And this one will probably, I'm hoping, will go for 85, 90. I'm not saying what the reserve is, but that's kind of where I hope to end up. And that one, and then we just put this one up, Z4M Coupe in Sepang bronze, rare color. It's got 80,000 miles on it, but tons of service history going back, I think, all the way to new. Really
nice
well
color.
taken care of. Great color. And it's got an exhaust on it, catback exhaust that is apparently a very desirable type of catback exhaust. I forget what it is, but I drove it. It sounds really nice. Sunstrom, does that sound right? Is that a BMW?
Oh, Stromung.
Stromung. Yeah, it sounds great. Nice bass, not too raspy. And it has not had the what do you call it done? The rod bearings, but it has a super clean recent Blackstone thing. The owner is a lunatic and has gotten Blackstone reports every year.
Nice.
So he said, I brought up like the rod bearings, and he was like, my mechanic insists we not do it until it's necessary. All right, man, cool, like whatever. But good, clean, honest. I'll call it Driver Plus. You know, it's an 80,000 mile car, but it presents very, very well, and it's in a rare and desirable color combination.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you do not see a lot of Sepang bronze. The last 25 on bat have been silver, black, or white. So anyway, those are up now. Go bid if you're into those. They're of course available at WCCS for inspection 7 days a week. Although by the time you hear this, you probably won't have time to see that BMW. But trust me, that one is fucking aces. Should we go to the people? Mm-hmm. Before we do, oh man, so the headache that I have had to deal with re-importing my engine. I have had to tell like 12 different people, so many people, I am not a business. I am just a guy. I am not an importer. I am just a guy. I do not plan to import more of anything. I'm just a guy. The thing I'm importing, I already own. I sent it out. Matter of fact, you fucking sent it out. Like, this is like the shipping company that I used to send it there is now like totally confused about bringing it back because the fucking exporting people and the importing people are different people that like don't talk to each other. I swear to God, this is the Seinfeldiest, stupidest shit ever. But like the number of like the forms that I have to fill out where it's like, they want like business documents and like, because they're trying to like set you up to like be an importer of goods, which I'm not.
Right, and you don't want to be.
I don't want to be. I'm a guy who sent his engine somewhere to get worked on, and now that very same engine that your company sent for me is coming back.
who owns your car? You own your car? Like it's not registered. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
Me, Matthew
okay.
Matthew Farah.
right? Then that should be simple. I guess it is.
Well, the engine it doesn't even need to be connected to the car, but like it's like they have documentation from whatever last summer that this engine number blah 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 and this gearbox number blah 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 were shipped in this crate to this place. 1 year later, that same shit is going back the other way. Like
should be simple.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're having me fill out all these forms and it says, tariff code, tariff class. And I'm like, calling this guy up going, hey, man, listen, the tariff on this needs to be 0. This is my stuff.
Right.
And the guy was like, okay, but like, what do you mean? And I was like, I am having a car restored. I shipped my engine to Italy. They rebuilt it. It's now coming back. And the guy was like, oh. So, like, wait, you already own the thing? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, okay, well, I'm going to have to send you a different form. I'm like, dude, like, just please, like, you have to understand, this is all my stuff.
Yeah, you're not importing
the only
new things.
And, like, apparently this is some kind of commercial level importer that, like, regular people don't go to. It was recommended by our friend who has the business. And it was very easy going that way. There was not. I mean, I had to fill out a couple pieces of paper.
Yeah.
That's it. But there's just no communication. And so, like, I think they finally understand that I actually own this thing already, and I shouldn't be paying taxes on it. So, but like, holy fucking.
I bet they're dealing with a lot of different emails and phone calls these days, and you're just getting caught up in the wash, man.
There were also surprise. My parents, when we went to Italy, we went to this place called Murano that's known for the glass blowing. You should have come in when you were over the house to see it.
Which city is that in?
In Venice. It's one of the islands. Venice, the city of Venice is made of a bunch of islands. One of these islands is a famous, legendary for 500 years glass blowing.
Went there. Okay. I think I went there when I was 12.
If you went to Venice, it's a thing that like everybody does. It's cool as fuck. I mean, it's like, it's really rad. So we went and, look around, and my mother, because of course, is buying a bunch of glass.
Sure.
Because as you would when you're there. When I went when I was 12, she bought a bunch of glass then. And
her Bond collection is
fucking
awesome.
Ripping tubes.
It is awesome.
Ripping tubes.
Yeah.
My mother all the time. Constant. You should see the hue when she it glows from the inside. It's really
As this
very.
should.
But yeah, surprise fucking tariff when that arrived at customs. They held that shit hostage, and I called my mom. No problem. Hey, just so you know, I wasn't. I was saying just because she's expecting a package too. Her package is quite a bit bigger than my package, and I was like, just so you know, expect. And she was like, oh well, they said that there wouldn't be tariffs, and I said, well, they are either stupid or lying, because by the time there's fucking tariffs, guess what? You've bought the thing, you're already home, and this shit's sitting in customs,
Right.
Yeah.
It's changing.
Who knows?
Huh. I don't know how that works. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bought there, but I don't know.
I don't know, but the tariff wasn't small.
Nope.
It was big.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's very pretty, though, this piece of glass. Glows in the dark, too. Literally.
Really?
I'm so childish. The one I wanted glows in the dark.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome,
All right.
actually. It has tritium
It's got
dust.
luminant? Oh,
tritium
tritium?
dust. I think it's tritium dust. Yeah. That they
that-
grind tritium dust into the glass.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's crazy. You should have seen it there when we went and we were in the gallery, and they fucking go, you want to see this? And, everything's beautifully lit and whatever. You're like, oh, it's all so beautiful. And then they go and lower the shades and then hit all the lights, and the whole fucking room glows in the dark. It's crazy.
Whoa,
yeah, it was
that's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fucking jellyfish in an orb that glows in the dark. It's crazy.
Do you have pictures of it to show me later?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, show me later.
I can, yeah.
I have tritium on something, but it doesn't, it's not a glass sculpture, but it could help me get a glass sculpture if I really want one.
Hey, man, put this in some jellyfish. Let's go to the fucking people. And, of course, this show, if you're in Texas today. This will go up Thursday, right?
Yes,
Because
correct.
if you're in Houston today, we're going to be at the Shop Club tonight, Houston, Texas, and tomorrow night, July 25th, in Dallas, Texas, at the Shop Club with Christian James Hand doing the show live. There are a few tickets remaining for both, so come out and see us. Have a beer with the boys. We got exclusive posters we're going to be signing. We got some TST merch we're going to be signing, and we're taking pictures and hanging out and bullshitting about cars. And listening to Christian James Hand's show, which is actually why I'm going to Texas. So yeah, but anyway, do that, please. Come see us. And of course, the Patreon is where it is. The screen has turned off, Zach. The Patreon is where it's all going down. If you want to ask us questions for the show, if you want to listen to the show live, if you want to listen to the show before everybody else, if you want to listen to the show without ads, if you want to get extra show, if you want to get early access to limited edition merch and collabs, that's where it's all going down. Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast. Okay. Machine Gun Kelly Blue Book. That's a fucking heavy name right
It's a
there.
good one.
Always that if those people out there want an easy guide to coming up with a great name, contraction. Turn two things into one thing. The word Kelly overlaps. You turn two things into one thing. That's a great way to come up with a great name if you're not super creative on your own. Start with that framework. Wants to talk about the roof that fell off the Carrier. Do you think more damage was done to the chassis or the driver's seat? I mean, that picture is fucking hilarious. Following a trip to Germany for fresh paint too.
No.
Oh, that stinks.
And the driver's seat comment is because whoever's transporting it is sitting in the driver's seat, backed it up. I mean, the thing fell.
It sucks. It does. To be honest with you, like, we don't have another angle. We just have this one side profile, and like, to be honest, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it really doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't, but I think that might be because the exhaust is probably holding up the car. Like, I think the engine probably took some of the hit. The bumper took some of the hit.
Yeah, I don't know. The engine might have been pretty well protected. I mean, it doesn't look that crunched in at the back. I mean, the bumper's definitely fucked. Maybe the exhaust. I mean, it's possible the engine took a hit, but like, all in all, it doesn't look that bad.
Let's see.
Like, it's not like it fell off on its roof. Ha, LOL. But it did. It fell off on its roof.
How does this happen? I mean, you've got like a ramp here. Did the ramp start going up there as this person was backing up? That is very strange.
I don't know. It is a fucking hilarious picture, though. Gold mine for who got that.
Oof, bad day.
And also, look at the Instagram account that they have sent. They've chosen to share. Tim A, rank the following cars based on engagement as drivers' cars. M5 Touring, RS6, Porsche Cayenne GTS. Cayenne number 1. M5 number 2, RS6 number 3. But it's almost like the inverse of that. Like, if you talk about like ride quality for everyday drive, like which one would I actually want to drive every day? It's probably RS6, then Cayenne, then M5. Ooh. Like the M5 like sucks at most things, and we'll get to that in the next show. But if you really want to turn it into a corner hard, it does that. It does the hardcore driver stuff like pretty well. It's just the rest of it that's so bad that you have to live with every day.
The last time I drove an RS6 on the road was years ago in Malibu. I remember it being stiff. The RS6 Avant GT I drove had great turn-in and dynamics for being such a heavy car. Mm-hmm. Like, it was better than the GTS, and the GTS is very good because I drove one of those last year, I think. I haven't driven the M5 quickly yet. But, yeah. I think I would go RS6 Avant GT above Porsche Cayenne GTS.
Yeah. James May's Big Brown Beaver, which I like. Heaven forbid something happened to the Countach. What would I buy at Pebble for equal value? Pebble's a bad place to shop. Everything is expensive there. But shit, what do you want to say? Let's say I could get $750 for the Countach.
Oh, I know what you're getting.
You know what I'm getting for $750?
Ford GT. You're going to get a Ford GT,
a Quicksilver
with no
Ford,
stripe.
a Quicksilver Ford GT. That would probably be, man. But that would feel like a downgrade, because those are great, but they wouldn't. That doesn't feel like $1 million experience.
Then you go Carrera
today.
GT.
You're not getting one for $750. You're
Really?
not. No. Carrera GTs.
They're good. Wow.
Doug spent 1.6 on his.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Them's expensive.
I thought they
bro.
were still 3/4 and
no,
up, depending on mileage.
Them's expensive. That's actually a kind of a tough place to be. Is $750. You're not.
I'm just going to Google violin music really quick.
You're not. No. I don't mean. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like it's like the comps are really weird. Like you could buy a great but not exceptional '60s for a Ferrari GT like touring car. You could buy a fabulous 356 Speedster or a 356 Coupe and get into like events like the Colorado Grand and stuff. You get an Emery car. You could get one of those crazy Emery outlaw cars.
That's
That'll get you.
cool.
That'll get you in the club there.
Because then you get some speed. Because a 356.
To be perfectly honest, I would use the money on a down payment for a Singer Turbo and find the rest of it later. Is probably what I do, and figure out what else I could sell, or however else I could pay for that. Is probably if I found myself with an insurance check for that much money, I would call Maz and go, "I'll see you in the morning. Time to build me a car," because you just stop after that.
Yeah,
Like
that's a good idea.
Unless you could, if I could get an ST for a number starting with a 5, and then put the rest in the bank and go, okay, tap.
Yeah, because that also feels very special.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have to go finding more money.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to wait for 3 years.
But if I had 3 years, I could find the rest of the money.
That's a good point.
I could. In 3 years, I could find that money. Yeah. Lock, Shock, Daryl. Oh, see, that's a pretty good one, but it should be Lock, Shock, and 2 Smoking Daryls.
It should be Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Daryls.
Yeah, but I like where your head is at. Thoughts on the Doxa Sub 300T? Have you ever owned one? I own a Doxa 1000T. Ooh, mine is a bigger number.
I don't even know what these are. I thought this was a van.
Yeah, Doxas are great. Doxa is a dive watch, tool watch, vintage vibes. It was a vintage. They were making them in the 60s, 70s, 80s. The preferred watch of a guy you might have heard of named Jacques Cousteau. And they have very cool, bright colored dials on some of their models. Their orange is very well known. The yellow is very well known. I like this turquoise joint you've got up. Mine has a black dial. My uncle was a Navy diver and is like is a pretty hardcore scuba diver. Mine looks like the one on the right. It's the Shark Hunter with the black dial, and he gave me that watch as a gift because he's got like 15 Doxas, and I expressed interest in Doxa. So he gave me that, and I sent him he wanted the Blue Notice Canyon Night Sky #1. So I traded him a Notice for a Doxa. But I think these are very cool watches, and I wear that. It wasn't a brand I thought about much before my uncle gave me the watch, but now that I have it, I wear it all the time. It's really comfortable. It's really well made.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Is there a function, is there a functional reason for the flare out around the bezel thing, or is it just for style?
It's mostly for style. Yeah. They do have some watches that don't have a smaller dial than a case. There's some where it's full width. But that's like the vintage look, the sort of cushion case back in the day. Yeah. I do love me a Doxa, though. That's a good watch. Too Loud for Laguna. That's a good name, too. In Japan, the authorities have speed cameras to catch violators. Then they have devices that ping the violator's phone so they can track them down and arrest them. How long until the Texas government uses a similar system to catch fleeing roll racers? You know what's so funny about Texas? Was it you who sent me that story? That Texas was the least free state, actually.
It wasn't the least free, but like it ranked. Oh wait, it was the least free.
It was the least
It was
free.
a Pew Research thing, and they looked at a bunch of stuff like religion. I mean, they looked at everything. Like, and I'm citing the things that were specific to California, but it was like, can you use marijuana? What's the religion like? What's the restrictions like on abortion? Like, basically everything.
Yeah.
And Texas was the least free.
Yeah, turns out.
It's like BLM and open land and permitting things. Like, I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff, but on that list, yes.
So yeah, it would be probably the first to become a total surveillance state in that regard. That stuff they do. What this person just described also happens in the Middle East a lot. You know, Thaddeus used to describe that kind of thing happening.
Cameras everywhere.
Yeah, like if you even tried to do a thing, they just show up at your door.
Yeah, they just track you backwards.
They would use the cameras to follow you home. And our friend worked for a well-known computer company over there and confirmed that was in fact true because he was the one maintaining the servers for that.
Sorry, Cato Institute said that Texas was found to be the state with the fewest personal freedoms. Is Adam yelling at us?
Is Adam yelling at us? Hang on. Hello. There was a exploded fire hydrant across the street from the shop. Fun times.
Mm-hmm. There's a geyser.
Yeah. Okay. Where were we? Sorry about that. Chris from Colorado says, Carrera T question. The 991.2s go for around $120. Do they deserve to be trading at over their MSRP, which was $100K back in 2018? Well, the dollar is worth 25% less than it was worth since then. So at that, if you adjust for inflation appropriately, they've really held their value. And if you account for the tariffs on the new product and they maintain their desirability, yeah. And not all Carrera Ts are 120K. That's a pretty nice one.
Yeah, that must be a low mile.
You can get a 2018 Carrera T for less than that because our friend Dean Del Rey did get himself a Carrera T.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was dreaming of it for years and got his ass a Carrera T.
I was going to safari it.
I told him to.
But yeah, inflation calculator, $100,000 in 2018 is $128,000 right now.
So
or vice versa. Yeah.
There yees go. Hot dog bathroom enthusiast. There we go. Thank you very much. Doug DeMuro said, the Infiniti QX80 looks like a Land Cruiser that's underwater. That's pretty funny. I used to call the Infiniti QXs the beluga whales. Mm-hmm. That was the colloquial name. Land Cruiser that's underwater, I think, is funny because it's more like looking like it's like a waviness, like it's like an out of focus Land Cruiser, But what are the best examples of something looking like a worse version of a more popular competitor? Almost all Infiniti Q45s were just worse version of Lexus LS400s, except the very first one. The very first Q45 was almost a legitimate Lexus competitor, and I think it did beat the Lexus in sales for 1 year. What else is the Ford Explorer flagrantly copying the Range Rover design?
Yes. Yeah. Like from blinkers, so many things, the wraparound stuff.
Yeah.
If you put a cover on both of them,
you
see what they did there. That's a good one.
Who else did a much worse job of?
I mean, in a way, C8 Corvette, Ferrari, but not. It's its own thing. Oh, that's only under a cover. That's not a good one.
Yeah, I don't know about C8. Who does
Bronco Sport and Bronco Sport and Bronco.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
It's in the awkward teenage years,
Yeah. I don't know. That's a very tough question. Who did a worse version of the? I mean, actually, I'll counterpoint that. I think the Chrysler 300 in many ways was more attractive than the Rolls-Royce Phantom at the time. Just from a pure, in 05 when it came out, I think the Chrysler 300
great looking car
did a pretty good job and made a little more of a statement even than the Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Well, it was a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Some of the edges were just a little harder, and it looked really good.
I mean, there is, of course, the very famous Cat Williams, which I say all the time. It looked like a Phantom till a Phantom pull up. And he isn't wrong because it wasn't built like a Phantom. And in the beginning, if you remember back to 05 to 07, all rappers and everybody, they treated it like it was a budget Phantom.
Yep.
And it's a fucking great line and very accurate. Cat Williams is very smart, actually. But in some ways, it did look better than the Phantom, actually. Benjamin Frankenfurter. Waymo is currently testing in Philadelphia with a fleet of vehicles driven by safety operators. With your experience of going to Penn, how do you think Waymo's vehicles are going to be welcomed in the city of brotherly love? Go Birds. So it's the Go Birds that is that's the twist. That's the M. Night Shyamalan, who's from Philly. Twist is that not just that they're from Philly, but Go Birds means that if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, all the Waymos are going to get lit on fire. That's what Go Birds means. Because whatever a major sports thing happens in Philly, Eagles win, Eagles lose, Sixers win, Sixers big game, pick a big game. Whatever happens, if they win, if they lose, cop cars upside down on fire. Reliable. So
more reliable than the steel industry.
Reliable, dude. Philly's got that shit on lockdown. So those safety operators are not there to train the drivers. They are there because they're probably armed in case people roll up with Molotov
Imagine they
cocktails.
say that that's your job. You know what it is? It's like you quit your job as a new ICE agent because you're too traumatized. And they're like, would you like to work for Waymo? And you go, sure. And they go, your job is to protect this car during a riot.
Dude, Philly's pretty advanced. That'll be interesting. Philly's a very advanced place to be testing Waymos because the roads are heinous. They're so fucking bad.
But does that matter? The car has to go straight. It can't avoid potholes, though.
No, it tries to avoid potholes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It uses like a LiDAR scanning thing, and it doesn't always succeed. In my experience, it doesn't always succeed, but it does attempt to avoid big potholes. Yeah. And Philly's fucked up.
They're going to be zigzagging.
Yeah. And Philly's not a place where things can't be left unattended. You can't. Where things can be left. You don't leave things unattended.
Has anyone, I wonder, tried to steal the wheels off a Waymo? You throw a couple jacks under it, and before it can, robot scoot away, you just go, and then.
If you like NASCAR did.
Yeah. Well, if people walk up and they can get the axles in the air,
dude, but it'll have you on so many cameras.
That doesn't matter. These days people have masks on. Maybe it can auto open the doors and hit you in the head like a Model X.
Security features.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Cams has been tracking SS1LE for 2 years, and the only thing that's been getting to me recently is the lack of top-end power. I've been looking into going full bolt-on headers, intake manifold, etc. After tune, it'll probably be $8,000 or so. Is it worth it for an additional 50 horsepower up top in addition to the badass sound? I think it will fool you into thinking you're going a whole lot faster, and you won't actually be going all that much faster at the end of that back straight, is my thought on that.
I think 50 is a pretty significant amount, and if it either raises the red line or the power band moves up a lot, that's great, but I think you'll get bored of that power so quickly, especially if the only place this person is really noticing it is on a straightaway, and you're going to go, oh, now what? So, if I could get out of the Camaro and into a Vet, and take that $8,000 and I could get myself into a track-ready Vet, that would probably feel faster. I mean, it weighs less, right? It weighs less. It probably feel faster, and then it's a higher caliber car.
I agree. $8,000 into that car, assuming it's pretty stock now. Sell it while it's stock.
That.
And then put the money into a different car.
Yeah. Easier to sell when it's stock.
Yeah. I can't argue with a nice sounding Camaro on the track, but that's a lot of money for not a whole lot of return. I mean, we just drove this Porsche, okay? And we'll talk about it on next episode. But for effectively $20,000 in aftermarket modifications, you're getting 250 horsepower. For you to spend $8,000 to get 50 NA horsepower is not a good value for money.
That's BMW power for money, or that's NA Porsche.
It's air cooled.
It's
Porsche.
air cooled NA.
That's air cooled Porsche money.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Like either fucking go all the way, spend 10, 12 and go supercharger with the shit that you need to keep it cool for track work. Effectively turn your car into a ZL1, right? Do that, or new car.
Yeah. And if you love the Camaro, maybe you can go get it.
Maybe you can get a ZL1.
Do that, and then because then you're at stock and you can sell it when you want to sell it. But selling something with head work will be more complicated.
Yeah. The one pothole on the FDR drive. Oh, that one pothole on the FDR drive. Yeah, pronouncing that right does make all the difference. I know the one you're talking about, motherfucker. My mom and I want to get, I love where this is going already. My mom and I want to get a convertible to share for cruising and road trips. Now, I hope you and your mother have a fucking really good relationship, because sharing a car with somebody it's a dangerous game. I'll be maintaining it myself. Okay. She's been eyeballing E46 330 CIs and a similar E90. I'm looking at Lexus SC 430s and IS 250, 350 convertibles. Anything else I should be looking at for 10K? Let me just say that so far, your mother actually has much better taste than you here. Lexus SC 430s and IS convertibles kind of suck.
They're, it's funny. I'm actually surprised because I see a lot of women in LA driving SC 430s.
They're popular, but that doesn't make them good.
I agree. It's a Solara, but with a louder engine.
Yeah. Okay. What are you missing? You're missing a Jaguar. A Jaguar XK8 you can absolutely get for $10,000.
Sure.
Do you want one? No. Also, Corvettes. You can absolutely get a really nice C4 Corvette automatic convertible for that kind of money. 100%.
Yeah. I bet if mom's looking at Beamers, I mean, comfort, this is for road trips, so comfort's important. I would want a more modern car than a C4 Corvette. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to do the work yourself, E46 330 Ci should be pretty stout.
I think that would just be a really nice car to drive anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, or if it's an E90, the problem with an E90 is it going to have a hard top? They don't all have retractable hard tops, right?
I don't know.
Didn't some
E90
E90 like you want a 328 E90? Is that a soft top or a retractable hard top? Pretty sure it's a soft top. Anyway,
the E90 was a very sophisticated folding hard top.
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't want that. E46 330 Ci is an excellent choice. I mean, maybe Boxsters, but if you're maintaining it yourself, that could be a bitch. I like where your head's at, though. Zach's underdrive pulley. Thoughts on the Ioniq 6N? We can't really have many thoughts on it without driving it. I've already put in requests to drive it. So I imagine if it's like a improved on version of the Ioniq 5N, I will probably like it a lot. Unshitboxed says, could electric cars have smaller motors that use less electricity and smaller battery packs, or the same pack and longer range for 400 to 500 miles? They don't all need to be dragsters. Okay. I thought this too. And this is gas car common sense, right? If you put a GTI motor in a Bugatti Chiron, couldn't you then go 1,000 miles on that same tank of gas? Electric cars don't really work like that. The same, the high-powered motor, the motor itself that outputs 1,000 horsepower doesn't take any more to run or to output 100 horsepower than a motor that puts out 200 horsepower. They're like the same. So, and the motors themselves are small, relatively lightweight, and relatively affordable. So the incremental cost of making it 1,000 horsepower doesn't take away from its range. The other thing that you need to make 1,000 horsepower is also a huge battery pack, which is what you need for range anyway. So there's no such thing really as if you have the horsepower, wouldn't you double the range? Like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't actually work like that. You have a big battery in order to have the range, and then you justify the price of it by saying, and oh, by the way, it also has 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
That's how you sell it for $100,000.
Because if you can get the current from the battery to the motor quickly, you can make more power. So it's like having a huge gas tank, but somehow having a larger gas tank equals more horsepower in an ICE car.
Right. But it doesn't. But if you're cruising along in a what one might call hypermiling, the fact that your EV, let's call it a Lucid, same car, one has 500 horsepower, one has 1,000 horsepower, otherwise the same car. It doesn't, just puttering along in the very fast one, other than having maybe wider, stickier tires and things like that for performance reasons, it's the same. The only real difference is if you go to the single motor. If you ditch the all-wheel drive and you go, this is the rear-wheel drive single motor, you will have an increase in range then. But if it's an all-wheel drive one, having the power does not increase your range. In fact, there's arguments that making it have more power could increase. There's like good faith.
Because the motor's doing less work.
Yeah, there are good faith arguments that actually, the more current we can get going, that is it's better. So, granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. Me and Camisa were joking that I should add 2 cars to my ownership to get the 10-car Haggerty discount. What 2 cars would I add to the stable? I mean, are we talking about real money? I think if we're talking about real money, and we have to be, and I'm really going for a discount, I might grab one of those E46 330 CI convertibles just as a fucking kick-around car, because that could be kind of fun. And just whatever other weird thing Hannah would like, because we have to make sure that the wife has all the toys that she wants too. Otherwise, I cannot continue this toy purchasing process. And to that degree, I would say an E30 BMW wagon for my wife. She would very much like that. Yeah. Auto Bon Jovi. There we go. That's a good contraction. Excellent. Roughly how long does it usually take for buyers to pick up the car after winning an auction? I would say it takes 2 to 3 days for the money exchange to be finalized. And then once that happens, it really depends if the person is local or not. If they're local, they show up pretty much right away. If they are not local, then it comes down to, well, are they going to fly in and drive it home? Are we going to have a transporter come get it? I would say the average time of ding, auction done, and the car is gone, I never see it again, is probably 7 to 10 days, I think. Yeah. Coldplay camera operator, best luxury vehicle for a divorced CEO.
Do you know why they're asking this question?
Because it matches the username.
No, because of the guy from Astronomer. Week.
Because it matches the username, Coldplay camera operator.
Oh that story, right?
Yeah, because it's very prudent.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
divorced CEO should absolutely be driving a.
I'm going with Chevy HHR panel. Because they can lean. I think the guy's pretty tall, so he can lean back and hide his face. People next to him won't be able to see who's driving, and no one will suspect that the CEO of Astronomer is driving this old truck.
Yeah, for that particular
person.
CEO. Yeah. But I was thinking more like I'm a CEO and I'm divorced and I'm trying to like our friend over there, our friend up north, who got divorced,
which I don't know,
is now having a very good time. He's our friend. Come on.
Oh, right.
Come on.
I feel like we have a lot of friends that got divorced.
Right. But this one's having fun.
Okay, so what should they be driving?
I mean, 911 in a fun color. Honestly, I think you should flex your PTS.
Targa, perhaps?
Yeah. Dr. Cocteau says F1 decides it wants a street race in SoCal and asked you to design the track route, what layout would be your first suggestion?
I mean, first I would say you're kidding, right? Because there's nothing smooth enough anywhere, really.
Well, they repave like Long Beach for
repave
the race. Yeah, they repaved Vegas for the race.
It would be rad if they could shut down the city, and if they could have a section that, through LAX. The horseshoe as a turn would be sick. And
LAX
then down one of the ramps, like onto Sepulveda.
Yeah.
And then you could go up to the left, on Lincoln near Manchester and rip past the school down the hill. Like, you could make a pretty cool course if it was smooth.
Yeah. I'd like them to redo the original Santa Monica Grand Prix course from, I believe it was 1906 to 1912. That was an 8-mile course that started on Ocean Boulevard in Santa Monica. Let's pull up a map of Santa Monica real quick. All right, just Google Santa Monica Grand Prix course map. It started, start-finish line was south on the beach on Ocean Boulevard, Santa Monica. It then turned east on Wilshire. Yeah, look at this. Look at this insano track. No, that's not it. It's the one. It's down to the right. That up. That one. That's it. So this is the course. So start finish is on the ocean, and then there is about a 3-mile dead straightaway going inland up Wilshire Boulevard until you hit where the end of San Vicente Boulevard is, right in front of the VA hospital there.
Yep.
Turn left on San Vicente and just rip all the way down, back down San Vicente to the ocean. You got like Dead Man's Curve there, right at the ocean
Sure
again.
do. This is going to be a low downforce configuration.
So that is an 8-mile circuit around Santa Monica.
And then brake, 90-degree corner, and then just drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
A heritage, baby. It's about the heritage. So that's what I would like to see. I think that'd be fun, right? Minnie Finney says, in the past, I've generally been anti-replica, as the first question anyone asks is it real? Do you still feel that way? For instance, I can buy what is a Roush? Oh, a supercharged.
Like a GT40 replica.
Oh.
You can do that, or you can buy a 993 for $140,000.
I mean,
Or you could buy this crazy 911T.
I mean, look, it's not going to bother everybody the way it bothered me to say to everyone who asked, no, it's a replica. And I bet you this GT40 is a great fucking time. And just like Cobras, there's plenty of people who would love the experience of feeling like you're in Le Mans and being Ken Miles.
Sure.
And don't have whatever $10 million it takes to buy a real GT40. And even if you did have $10 million, you probably wouldn't want to drive down the street. So, like, if what you want is the experience of a real-ish feeling GT40, because these feel legit as hell, then they're fun. I think the GT40 is the nicest car that Superformance makes, by the way, from a quality standpoint. They're fucking great. They really
awesome.
are. Yeah, they are awesome. But just me personally, yeah, it would drive me nuts. The first thing anyone is it real, and you have to go no, but and tell a whole story. Yeah, it's just whatever.
Yeah. I don't mind saying that with the Cobra, but I get it.
It was a headache to me, but whatever.
I'm surprised people ask because your car was like so extreme.
It was so obviously not
right. Yeah, it seemed obvious. But whatever. People are people.
Misfit Cyclone says, am I overreacting by saying the GT3 RS is overrated? I'm going to Cars and Coffee. I'm seeing a dozen of them there. I'm over the hype and blah, blah, blah. Do I have to experience the car to appreciate it? Yeah. I think you have to be on a racetrack with one of those things. Otherwise, it makes no sense at all. It really makes no sense. I see them just driving around Beverly Hills. It makes no sense like that. They ride like shit. They don't have a trunk. They're annoying. But if you get one on a racetrack, they're fabulous. And, you know, as we learned when I went on the launch, the reason so many people have them out at their thermal, their racetrack country clubs, is because to a lot of drivers, like full-on race cars with like a Motec and all that stuff are actually really intimidating. And they want to go on the track, like they want to track their car, but they really want like the familiarity of it being like the car they drive on the street. You know, they know where stuff is. They know how to make it work. It feels like, you know, even if you get into a very well-engineered like LMP race car, like that was my comparison. It was like you get a GT3 RS for $400,000, or you get like this like Ligier LMP3 car that you could literally enter in Le Mans for like half that. But like not everybody wants this like prototypey thing. A lot of people really do want just a really, really fast track-oriented version of the thing that they already have and are used to. And I get that. On a racetrack, a GT3 RS, for how extreme it looks, is incredibly approachable. And it feels easy to work your way up to speed. So, like, I get it. But, yeah, I guess you do have to experience it on a track because they're fucking fun as hell on a track. Frozen Dingleberry Metallic. Have you guys seen Tedson Motors? They're essentially taking Gallardos and giving them the Singer treatment. These are kind of interesting, although how awkward of a name is Tedson Motors?
It is. There's
It's
no.
very
I went to their
weird.
webpage and there's no pictures of the inside of the Gallardo.
Yeah, it's a restyle. The front, they've sort of made it a little bit like that Countach that Lamborghini did, the modern Countach, the Aventador.
Oh, with the little lights here.
Yeah, a little bit like that, with those horizontal lights, and I think the front mouth being very horizontal.
They louvered the rear fenders.
Yeah. I'm sure we will see one at the Quail, and
They also do Porsche stuff.
I don't
which is weird.
hate how it looks. I mean, I think it's they haven't made it look super ugly. I mean, I think it's a nice look. Oh, they've done a thing like the Aventador on the side. You see that? Instead of having the perfectly vertical scoop there, they've made it like the Aventadors.
That looks very good.
It's kind of interesting. The name Tedson is. I'm out.
Sounds like Ted Danson started a car company.
Yeah, I'm not telling someone I'm driving a Tedson. Sorry, it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's very true. And also, and maybe there just aren't pictures up yet, but so much of what Singer does and so much of what got attention was the interior. Like seeing that woven leather in all these colors. And so for me, to most people that look quickly, they're just going to, it looks enough like a Huracan that they're going to go, oh, Huracan. And so unless the inside is
Gallardo.
this new, Gallardo, it's like this new bespoke amazing thing, then I don't think you'll grab people the way that they hope they will.
I mean, it's not ugly though.
No, the styling.
I think it's a very attractive. The direct rear isn't my favorite. The entire center of the rear, the painted part below the horizontal top deck, the painted part below that, but above the carbon diffuser, looks pulled off a front engine Aston Martin.
Oh,
Or it looks,
this?
or the McLaren GT. That's it. The back end is McLaren GT. That's what it looks like to me. Front 3/4 is the best angle. There's your angle right there. Side profile, pretty good.
very good.
Rear end, I'm not sold yet.
I wonder how much it costs also.
Oh, probably $1 million, which would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Name, I mean, especially like name is like a hard out there. No thanks. No thanks. Crabhab is trying to explain slow car fast to somebody. The kid is enamored by LS power, and I'm trying to sell him on the finer points of Miatas and BRZs, etc. Any metaphors to help explain fast car slow?
I mean, for me, it was something that had to be learned through experience. It
Yeah.
was driving fast things and going, okay, fast isn't actually the greatest thing in the world. You get used to the nuances of driving. It's like, I don't know, just drinking energy drinks for a long time and then going, I'm just going to sip tea and notice the flavors of it. That's not a great analogy, but
No, but like they have to try it.
yeah.
I think someone who's never tried a lightweight roadster probably doesn't really get it, but if they got to try it, they'd probably enjoy it.
I would also ask Crabhab, has this person done autocross or track days? Have they done a lot of driving that frankly just has corners in it. Because if all they do is highway stuff, or you live in Texas, I understand how easy it would be to just go after horsepower and want louder, more power, because that's the only experience you can have. You know, you just want to build a bigger rocket ship.
Yeah. I like Silence of the Lambos question, but I don't think we'd be like. I think the people that we'd put there like aren't like famous people that anybody would know. So I don't think they're going to like the answers. Winona's Big Brown Beamer. That's a separate Primus. We have multiple Primus references in one show. Okay. Strangest place you've ever driven. I never thought I would drive here situation. Off-roading in Panama, maybe?
Yeah.
The 911 Dakar in the Moroccan desert. That's probably a good one.
Also Morocco. I remember I was riding in the back of our whatever car, like our crew car, and I looked behind me, and we were being followed by our fixer in an air-cooled 911, and I was like sitting sideways, and I just went, "Where the fuck am I?" Like we're driving into this market. It was so crazy.
I drove a Sherp in a frozen lake.
That's pretty good.
That was probably one, yeah.
Iceland. Off-roading in Iceland.
Iceland, yeah. Anti-Scylla consciousness. That's a very good one. Used R1T quad motor prices are in the 40s with 5 years left on the battery warranty. Would you roll the dice? I wouldn't want a Rivian that doesn't have a bumper-to-bumper warranty, because that suspension system they've got could be something. I wouldn't want an early Rivian without a full. Forget the battery. The battery, okay, fine, but there's more to a car than a battery.
We've seen around this town a lot of cars, luxury cars that have airbag suspension. The airbags collapse, the car never moves because it's so expensive to fix it.
Gin and Taconic State Parkway. Do all modern 911s have power folding mirrors? No, it is an option. You may not be able to get them on like GT3 RSs, but pretty sure it's an option on all other regular Porsches. Great Gambalas of Fire. That's pretty good too. What is the most Ferrari Lamborghini, and what is the most Lamborghini Ferrari? Oh, that's pretty good. 40 years old max. So the Lamborghini Yalpa was designed to directly compete with the Ferrari 308 with the same transverse V8 engine, which was really just 4 cylinders cut off the V12. Targa roof, just like the 308, about the same size as the 308. Actually, it's a reasonably handsome car.
It looks like a Pantera.
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah. The interiors are not great in these, but I always smile when I see one at a car show, and that is very rare because they did not make a lot of these. I think that's the most Ferrari Lamborghini. The most Lamborghini Ferrari?
I think the Purosangue. Because I think Lamborghini led the charge. But when you look at that car, it looks like 2 cars stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's super extroverted outside, and the interior has wins and misses, and you can't, like, it has all these problems, and to me that is a very Lamborghini. It's an exotic car owning experience, and the exterior of it is almost as controversial as the orders.
I was going to say the most Lamborghini Ferrari. That's a very good one. Is the Enzo, which looks
styling wise, yeah. It's one of the few square Ferraris, I would say, right?
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Good question though.
Let me go back.
Find it. I like the Yalpa in yellow too. That's a very good one. Okay, spin the black circle. If we were to marry each other and have an adopted child, what 2-car garage? Holy fuck. How many hypotheticals can we stack? Okay, if we fell in love.
Sure.
First off, let's back it up. If we were both gay.
Right.
Or bi or something. And then also if we were not already married to other people. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we were to also fall in love.
We could be married and then fall in love and then divorce those people if we want to add extra complications.
We could. Drama. Probably be great for the numbers.
Great for the gilded age.
Great for the numbers. Okay, and then we'd have an adopted child.
So we do get that paperwork done.
It's not even like... That's not even the gearhead DNA that's happening. Right. It's like we'd have to forget nature. We have to pure nurture an adopted child into having 2 cars.
Yes. It adds criteria.
What cars are they going to have?
That's the funny thing is what cars are they saying? What
Oh
cars
wait,
would
or
we have? Are we
would
the
you
they?
and I, or would the child have?
I read it as the child because
Me
they
too.
said they.
Yeah. If Matt and Zach, but Matt and Zach are also
All right,
written.
let's assume the cars are ours.
Okay, fine. So what are so all right? So we have to.
We need something that can drive the kid around.
We're gay,
right?
Which obviously matters when choosing a car.
Sure, definitely.
I mean, people will say it. It does, so it must be true.
We're going to want comfy seats,
right? And we're going to need at least one Subaru.
It's a butt sex joke. Sorry. To
Okay. Yeah, I think we probably would need I would need a Panamera Turbo S E hybrid with the
with the suspension,
active ride. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we drive this kid to school in.
Mobbing.
And then I would Ranger Raptor. I want to introduce the kid to going outside into the woods, but at speed. Yeah.
And you could have
No sports car. Notice we just
and
chose.
you could have gay sex in either of those cars, pretty easily.
True.
Pretty easily. Fold down. Yeah, pretty. I mean, pretty in the bed. Whatever.
In the, yeah, the Panamera might be a little challenging.
Yeah.
Soup kitchen.
Cayman My Asks said,
What a name to follow.
Yeah.
What a name.
which would you choose for long-term use, Integra Type S or CT4 Blackwing? Both great. Those cars in terms of long-term, you want a rear-wheel drive car with 475 horsepower? Do you want a front-wheel drive car that's one is 50% more expensive than the other.
Yeah.
The Blackwing is a nicer car.
Yep.
It's more powerful. It handles better. It's rear-wheel drive, faster.
It might get better gas mileage or the same because I remember the Type S did not get very good gas mileage.
Gas mileage
yeah,
and a small tank, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know about if long-term use means keep it for a long time, or if it means lots of road trips and shit like that.
I would go Blackwing. I think they're both good cars.
Yeah.
But the Blackwing is an M3 that's made in the United States or by an American company at least.
I'm gonna skip that one. Audemars Piguet or Audi Morris and Peugeot. By the way, everybody knows that when someone says I'm Audi 5000, that's AUDI 5000, right? Everyone knows that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everyone our age does.
There's people I think that don't know that it's not OUTIE as opposed to AUDI.
No, we were using Audi, but I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
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 How much would minor damage on a Carfax impact your decision to keep a 997.2 Carrera long term? Got a too good to be true deal on a car, and I can't tell from looking or driving it and found out 2 years later. Whoa, wait. I mean, so there was damage in a Carfax. You can't tell from looking at it. You can't tell from driving it. The only person that gives a shit is you when you were buying it, and obviously that didn't stop you then, and you and the person you might sell it to. In between, it's just a car. Mm-hmm. No one's reading the Carfax. So is would it affect my decision? This is like going on Maury. If you had a car that you liked, and 2 years later you found out that
you're not the father.
That you're not the father. Are you going to sell this car? You found out about this damage. You're like, oh my God, I have to get rid of it now. Why? If you already have it and like it, it wouldn't impact your decision to sell it at all. Fucking keep it. Who gives a shit?
And I think when you go to sell it, then the best thing to do is be honest about it, not, because if it sounds like it's in the Carfax and they didn't notice.
Yeah.
So the next buyer might notice, and I don't know, hopefully it's not a big deal and it's not structural, and you go, look, you can't feel it. I've had it to these shops, they can't notice. The alignment's all fine.
Yeah.
And you might not care, and the next buyer might not care.
Same thing, this same shit with Eric's M3 that's ending right as people are probably listening to this on Bring a Trailer. The Eric's the third owner of that car. The second owner was Russell, who also works here. Mm-hmm. Russell bought it CPO from a dealer. The first owner was in a minor accident and the bumper was sprayed or replaced and painted in the Carfax, would you ever fucking go look at the car? Would you ever know? Like, no one knows. They replaced the bumper and they painted it to match, and it's been so long since then. So like, this car will still bring all of the money because it looks fabulous. It's documented. We've got paint meter readings showing that it was done to factory spec. Like, whatever. Like, what else can you do?
Yeah, there's some people that want the car to be a virgin, and look, you bought the car despite this flaw. Someone else who's a smart shopper, and you got a good deal, so they might get a slightly good deal.
Got a too good to be true deal.
Sure.
Means that, like, you got a discount on the car for whatever reason. Now you can say you got it for a reason because it was hit.
Right.
So if someone else is going to end up getting a little discount because it's hit, it's money in, money out, whatever. If you got a too good to be true deal on a car that had some damage, who fucking cares? Keep it. And when you might not get all that money back on the other end, but like, I think you'll be fine.
This is the last one.
Okay.
We can save the lower one.
All right. Toby Keith Urban. That's a good contraction. There we go. Stepping into the watch world, never realized all of the uber popular watches were so small. Are there certain brands models that fit better for big guys? Of course there are. I'm 6'5", and a 48 millimeter Fossil I've had since high school looks correct on my wrist. Boy, do I have luck for you, buddy. Where were you in 2016 when huge watches were all the fucking rage? No worries. Actually, right now, Toby Keith Urban, is the absolute perfect, never been a better time for you to buy a watch secondhand. Big faces are minimum cool right now, but they will always come back. You need to be shopping for Panerais. Panerai Luminors, Panerai radio mirrors. They have a variety of watches that are 45 millimeter and up, and that is your big wristed watch right there. A Panerai Luminor. Yeah, there it is.
It's also a good time to get a watch if you're getting into them, because the watch index is at an all-time low.
The watch index is down.
Pandemic.
It's back to where if you spread out the line to max. Does it have max? So if you ignore the pandemic and just draw a line from 2017 to now, it's pretty much a straight line. Mm-hmm. But because of the pandemic, everything seems down.
Yeah, so I would say it's a great time to be a new shopper to watches, right? For that reason. Yeah.
Exactly. And so here's where you need to be looking at Breitling's. Breitling has a lot of big face offerings, Navitimers, and Super Oceans and Super Marines. You want to be looking at Panerais. You want to be looking at Omega Planet Oceans. Those are 45 millimeter. Yeah. That's where you live, my friend, and you will find happiness there, I assure you. That's our show for today. Zach, do you think that our shows from Texas are going to be the next shows that we air? Are we going to have 2 shows next week from Texas?
Well,
having recorded them in Texas?
We have a show we're recording on Wednesday, and that will air Tuesday. And then the first show we record in Texas will air the next Thursday.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So everybody will hear the shows from Texas eventually.
Yes.
Provided they're good. Yeah, they will be good. We probably will not be able to use Christian's stuff, though, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm having dinner with him tonight, and we will discuss. But I think probably not, even though I think we could probably get away with it. I just wouldn't want to make his life harder.
Yeah, don't.
But, there are just a few of the green Notice Canyons left. The Black Pearl, I'll tell you what the last holdup was. We are doing the oyster bracelet on the last pearl because oysters and pearls go together as opposed to the Jubilee bracelet we've done on all the other ones. So we'll have a unique bracelet for that one. Almost everybody who's getting one of those has another canyon also, I assume. So they can interchange them. So that's going on. Everything else is coming up fucking roses. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we'll see you guys in Texas if you're coming out to see us. It should be a great time. And thanks to our patrons for such great questions. If you want to get in the game, patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast. And we will see you on Wednesday with another episode.